After more than a month being suspended for spilling over millions of pennies, your fellow zookeeper has been locked up by his corporate daddy and mommy. After more than a month of torture, your fellow zookeeper will be out of his cage and his suspension with his corporate dominatrixes. These cuffs were not made for comfort, and your fellow zookeeper has been struggling in torture by corporate. On tonight's edition of the Weekly Zoo, your humble zookeeper will get finally unlocked by the shackles of corporate punishment. You know, these things are not made for comfort. Been cuffed up here just because I had a faulty information technology system. Alrighty. Good evening. We are doing our rain check edition here of the Weekly Zoo. Can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me? Oh, good. Good. Sorry about that. Here on the zoo, as that little skit was, we were having severe technical problems for February into March, and the manager just did not like me. They didn't like me. They didn't want me to be involved in any of the processes, so I was off until like the few days after the eclipse. They let me come back and do infrastructure. We were supposed to get an audit by the Global Data Group, the people behind PC Planet, Mac Planet, Network Planet, the trade magazines. We have agreed to do business with them for them to do an IT audit and assessment of our infrastructure, and we should get back to that soon. They should give us, they're going to be interviewing us and wondering what we were doing for the last few months, and I bet you're going to tell us a lot of our equipment is outdated and we must replace it, and and do not go with off-lease stuff, and blah 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 blah. But alright, before we continue, we have the minifig news. Oh, he's not ready. I don't think he is. If we can. Yeah, we got the MNG in the news center. I believe he has. Let me just pull the camera here. Apologies. We're running a little. The MNG is going to provide you a news update on this Friday night. If we can, let's go to the big news guy. He's warming up. Come on. Alright, you'll just give us a brief news update, and then we'll go here. Hello, MNG. How was your time off? Because you were allowed to work while I had to be off. Yep. Yeah, I didn't do the coyote watch as they wanted me to do because of everything going on. But yeah, Facebook. Are you familiar with their layoffs? Facebook reported their earnings after the bell on Wednesday. They've already laid off 20,000 employees in an election year, mind you. And, oh dear, I was wondering what was on my table. I thought it was, I think we chipped the table badly here. Sorry. I'm sorry, MMG. I thought I had copper here on the table, and I just gave this another ding. Oh, boy. Yeah, MMG, continue. I'm just talking. Oh, okay. So Facebook in an election year, they think AI is going to save them, but they laid out 20,000 people over the last year. Facebook is going to do more job cuts and find more efficiencies. This company's got billions of dollars laying on. They still feel like employees don't matter. In other news, the state of New Hampshire is putting the Laconia State School back on the property formerly known as the Laconia State School back on the lot after on the market because the owners of the land failed to make its third payment. It's a 220-acre property that had more than 40 different buildings and was most of it is borderline condemned. There was several accidents in New Hampshire this week, rollover incidences that occurred in the region. One was a police chase, and the other one was a life-threatening situation. And that's all we have right now. Yeah, but Facebook, just going back to the Facebook story did take a dump on the after hours. Stock rebounded yesterday. We're not sure what it did today. And that's the latest here from the MNG of the Weekly News Center. This is the Moving News Guy. Yeah, just a little thing. If we can get MNG's camera, I kind of was distracting myself here, but my IKEA table here. These if you have to, no one should be digging up the table here, but this one I thought when you look a little bit closer, a little closer, I thought it looked like a grounding wire, and it turned out, I think, either a drill or something took a nice ding on that table. So I bought this as is back a year or so ago. So there's a way you can there's a YouTube video on how you can prevent it from you can restore them. But yeah, these tables were banged up anyway, so I just made it a little bit worse. But my desk's normally messy anyways. You never can see the clean top to begin with. So I may actually experiment on this table. Actually, try to figure out how that thing works. All right. Thank you, MNG. We are going to start this evening with. We were going to do some reactions up. We might push this off for next week. It's not time sensitive. We were going to do a Tim Pool check. That's going to be our new feature here. Tim Pool's another beanie baby and so wannabe, whatever. So on this episode tonight, I'm just going to wanted to do a reaction. Alright, hold on a moment. We're just gonna reset for a moment, get the camera in place. How long have we been on? 10 minutes? Maybe we're a little bit late when we're on time. Always fashionably late here. Alright. It's been one of those nights. Alright, alright, let's start here. Alright, so some of you know I'm a Patriots fan, and I've shared my love here on the zoo on often and my other content as well. The Patriots has had a very rough history. Depending if you're a Patriots fan or a Patriots hater, there was a documentary released in the middle of February called The Dynasty. It's a mini series on Apple TV Plus, and and it's all you can binge it now for the you can since March 15th was their last dump. They dumped 2 episodes a week, so there's 10 episodes in this mini series. But the ironic thing is, even if the zoo was only recovering, there would be spoiler alerts, but also what was interesting was some of the Boston sportsies were kind of some had seen the whole series, probably the ones that appeared on the documentary, and some did not. So some people were not sure what episode because they kind of saw it pre-announced, just a little thing. But we're not Greg Hill or Fogler Mass or Solon Beetle here, but we're just going to what I want to do is play particular cuts of the Patriots, the Dynasty documentary, and not the cuts that you probably heard on the aforementioned shows, Fogler Mass, Zone Beetle, Russian Margo, or whatever, any of the shows. We don't compete against them anyways. We're the weekly too, and this is our little show here. And let me open up my other cart here, and we're gonna just play these cuts. These are cuts that I've observed, and I'm gonna make my notes. I will be talking over this content ID flags and stuff like that. And then the next cut, they go to a Channel 5 live shot in January 1994 when Bob Kraft bought the Patriots. Alright, let's try this again. Yep.
Listen to the announcement.
I thought.
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. It's now my pleasure to introduce the man who will become the next owner of the New England Patriots, Robert Kraft. Some people think it's silly to spend so much money.
Alright, let's go to the next cut.
Growing up in Boston, you know, when you lose a pacifier, you then get your yelling voice. Patriots fans, there's been a lot of yelling. Because what people don't realize, the Patriots hadn't been good for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
Beginning to drop. The Patriots.
Drew Bledsoe he was picked in 1983, but not. This is 2001, the first week after 9/11. There was a reason to why this Larry Kraft squad is
For the victims of September 11th.
Pull your hats off. That's audible.
Coming into the 2001 season, the weight of 9/11 affected everyone. I really believe that football would play a great role in the healing of the country. Thank you.
As the late Dick Enberg.
Bostonians needed hope more than ever before. So I was depending on to deliver.
And he got an injury, a pretty bad one. That's the wrong cut. Alright, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll continue playing some of my reaction, my thoughts of the Patriots. We're going to do the episodes 1 through 3 tonight here on the Zoo. We've been meaning to do this, but I've been tied to these shackles of corporate dominatrixes in my business here. So I know my own business now is suspended from my own chain. We're gonna just continue this. We've been meaning this for the entire for a month now, so we'll be continuing to react to that in a moment. You are watching or listening to the Zoo. Alright, can you hear me? Alright, I think it was a little too loud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So quiet. Alright, let's see. Can you hear me? Alright, we're gonna, in just a moment, just a moment.
Going into the 2000 season, the weight of not affected everyone. I really believe that football would play a great role in the healing of the country. Thank you. New Englanders or Bostonians needed hope more than ever before. So I was depending on Drew to deliver.
And Drew had a severe injury, and he didn't play, and that's how Tom came out of nowhere. Let's go to cut 6. It doesn't look like it's working. Alright, go to cut 8. Alright, let's try this again. It looks like we're having some problems. It's just bound to happen, right? Just gotta try cutting again. Go on.
When you think it can't get any worse, 0-2 after a couple of dismal performances, they lose their franchise quarterback. Bledsoe's taken off on a stretcher after the game. Who knows the extent of the injury right now? Do you think Drew's gone for the season at this point? Not yet, but it does not look good. That's the 24-year-old Tom Brady making his first ever NFL start. Tell you something, spotlight's gonna be on this guy. See if he can produce. It was backup quarterback. So coach came over and was like, okay, Drew's out. Tom, you're in. You better get ready to go. I did everything I could do to get ready. And I really approached practice like it was the game. I was like, I'm not taking anything for chance. Because, for Coach Belichick, you're in for this week.
Now let's go to the next cut. Oh, next cut. Cut 9.
In pro football, nobody's entitled to anything. Nobody gets anything. You have to go out there and work for it and perform at a level at which you earn. Each week, we all have to prove ourselves competitively to each other and to our team.
Alright, go to cut 10.
Mom gathered us around, and I remember thinking, oh, look at the kid, he's trying. There we go, offense, red area, 7-on-7. For anyone that says, oh yeah, we knew Tom was going to lead us to victories, that's bullshit. I mean, come on, this guy's never done anything for us before. I can't stand it. Run it, pull up and run it again, Brady. From that first practice on, it's like, okay, can you run the huddle? Can you grasp the offense? He didn't know what he was doing at times.
That was Teddy Bruschi. Let's go to cut 11.
I remember one day he went out and bought the old Nintendo system at a pawn shop.
So let's just re-cue that in a moment. This explains Tom Brady's temperament and always need to win. Cut 11.
I remember one day he went out and bought the old Nintendo system at a pawn shop. And we weren't big gamers, but there was one game in particular, Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl.
We would play that silly game the entire weekend, and whoever would win the tournament by the end of the weekend was declared house champ.
Oh dear.
We would always have a penalty for the loser. If it was in the summertime, whoever lost would have to do dishes all weekend. If it was in the winter, whoever lost would have to do a naked lap around the cove. It's cold outside, too. If he was losing that game, he went from 0 to 100 very quickly. I mean, he became a different person. He did not want to lose. And he found out that if you stomp on the floor hard enough, it would restart the system. So if he knew he was about to lose, he wouldn't accept that, and he would just stomp on the floor, start the game over. This happened over and over again. We had dents in our wall from him just taking the controller and just launching it as hard as he could into the wall. He was just like a crazy man.
I do have a bit of a temper. I didn't like losing. I didn't like losing in Tecmo Bowl. I didn't like losing in darts. I didn't like losing, period. I still don't like losing. If I'm going to play, I'm going to play to win.
And when it came to football, he took it to this whole other level that I had never seen before. I mean, he was the backup to the backup to the backup. But he wanted to be the starter. You know, Tom told me, when my moment comes, I'm going to be ready for it.
About him, I think that was the end of episode 1. But you could make a case that Tom has kind of, I mean, on one hand he sounds egotistical, but in reality he really means what he means. Cut 13.
Today, Tom Brady and the Patriots were pretty damn good. We all saw the same thing, a different team with an attitude not seen around here in a long, long time. Tomorrow it's going to develop into one of those, Brady versus Bledsoe thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you trying to start a quarterback controversy? I'm not, actually.
Yeah, you are.
There is no issue. Tom Brady knows that.
Cut 14. That was my one of those cuts because it just tells you how TV's all controversy for the views back in the day, even then.
T. Martin, quarterback, University of Tennessee. And we get through the 5th round, and still he's not picked. And we're thinking, what in the heck? He says, I just got to get out of here.
So I took a walk around the block. I had a baseball bat. I was slamming a baseball bat in my hand, imagine if I didn't ever get picked.
An anxious time for so many football players who are waiting to see if they will be drafted. Some are hoping that the phone call comes or their name gets mentioned in the next couple of hours.
In the draft that year,
Let's go to cut 15.
Going forward, Tom will be the starter, and that's the way it'll go. He'll be the starter unless there's an injury. I don't see him not being in there.
no, you reserve the right to change your mind on this.
Prior to making a decision like that, you understand what's going to come with it, right? You don't just do it in a vacuum. I mean, he loves a good quarterback controversy. You understand there's going to be heat.
Tony, I've said this is one of the worst years of coaching ever in the National Football League, which leads me to one of my favorite whipping boys, Bill Belichick. Today, he decided to declare Tom Brady his starter for the rest of the season.
I don't see the need to name this guy right now the last 3 ball games. I think eventually you've got to find a spot for Drew Bledsoe.
The media, it's a group that I call the
Hi,
scribes.
Adam.
It's just a lot of people who don't have a clue what they're talking about, frankly. But there are some experts in New England on football, and they all work in the coaching staff for the Patriots. If you're not in the building, you don't really know. Bill is a dear friend, guy I've known since high school. When you've been with somebody for half a century through a lot of situations, we know how each other think, we know our quirks. Sometimes I can look at him, I can gauge his reaction, just seeing his face, and he can do the same with me. So when it came to the quarterback controversy, I knew exactly what he was thinking. We were not going with Drew Bledsoe as our starting quarterback.
Ooh, controversy. The $100 million man was going to get pushed out. Oh, sorry, did I go too quickly here? Alright, let's get.
Respects it. He loves it. Nice, Paul. I remember this one time I was having this conversation with Bill, and he says, "This fucker Brady, he's making this play, he's making this throw, he's making this adjustment. You don't have to tell him. He understands the complete situation. I've never seen anything like it."
Good looking series right there. Good looking series.
So Bill, he had a belief in Brady, and the players could sense that, and they bought into it because the rest of the regular season, they didn't lose another game.
Tommy, everything was a competition. I mean, we used to have races home from church on a Sunday, like whoever got to the porch first, would be waving their finger. And if we didn't win, we would get angry.
Oh, you can see he was a hothead, wasn't he? Gonna cut 18.
One time he took the remote and he threw it as hard as he could at the wall. I asked my wife about the hole in the wall, and I said, "What is that?" And she said that it was Tommy's temper.
Oh boy, that hothead. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break here on the Weekly Zoo. Hopefully you're enjoying my commentary and my favorite cuts from was it a propaganda film for the Patriots, or was it a hit piece against Robert Kraft? You'll be finding out the way I'll be finding out in the coming episodes here on the Weekly Zoo as we unpack this, unpacking the Dynasty doc.
one time he took the remote and he threw it as hard as he could at the wall. I asked my wife about the hole in the wall, and I said, "What is that?" And she said that it was Tommy's temper.
What a little sis.
4 years. The one home playoff game. One home playoff game. The region was going nuts.
With Foxfield Stadium set for demolition this offseason, the Patriots, just 2 games away from the Super Bowl, will host a game for the final time at the Sprint venue.
Memorable history of the old Foxborough Stadium. The last game ever played there.
Today, and the Patriots were pretty damn good. You all saw the same thing, a different team with an attitude not seen around here in a long, long time. Tomorrow's going to develop into one of those, Brady versus Bledsoe thing. Aren't you talking about? Why are you trying to start a quarterback?
34 years.
Actually, yeah, you are.
34 years. The one home.
Lost track of cutter. Cut 20, please.
Game day, there's nothing quite like it. When you have a big game, you can feel your heart coming right up into your mouth. But you've got to stay focused on what the team needs to get done.
They do a reenactment. This is Ernie Adams who goes into
2078. It's been an incredible run, almost a Cinderella story, but tonight I'm very concerned that we're going to turn into a big fat pumpkin. Raiders do look sharp, let's be honest, fellas. I mean, there's no competing with them. With Brady and Belichick, we just can't match that. We're going to lose the final game at Foxborough Stadium. I'm afraid we're all going to get our butts handed to us.
Call-in radio, when I have it off for about 2 minutes, I kick myself and say, "You dummy, that's why you don't listen to it." And I turn it off for another 3 weeks. That said, they were not wrong. This is way before we became the evil empire. I mean, we were the underdog all the way.
Yeah, let's go to the next cut. I think this is a really good one to end for the evening.
But I remember driving to the game. It started spitting snow as I'm going down. I just had a great feeling.
It's so funny because it's in my car.
We loved playing in the snow. Looking in hindsight, of course, it's the only snow we got all winter. That evening, when we needed it. It was like the weather gods just dialed it up for us right over the field. For us, it was kind of magical night. Felt like fate.
Wow.
I remember walking out in the field for pregame. I think, man, we are going to shock the world today.
The reenactment, this isn't the first one. There's another one coming up
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Winter Wonderland that is Foxborough Stadium. Tonight, the Patriots against the Oakland Raiders in the AFC semifinals, and the snow is coming down in Foxborough and will come down throughout this evening.
The snow just came continuously, and we tried to clear it by the rules, but as little as we had to. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but that's the truth.
Ooh. If you're a Patriots hater, you are kind of don't want to be hearing that. But rest assured, Matt Hammercheck had really, after the third episode, he kind of was stabbing it in the heart of New Englanders, for sure. All right, that's going to be it for the Patriots, for the Dynasty. We will be doing these episodes, we'll be doing a reaction as we continue to go on here on the Weekly Zoo. And we're gonna take a quick break. MNG's gonna do another news flash, and then coming up next on our next episodes, we'll give you a programming update. So stand by. All right, welcome back. MNG's got a news flash. MNG, anything you guy, take it away. And I just actually want to tell you we have somebody at the door here. I know you have not liked the security people because the security people have surrounding equipment here, but I have something at the door. You can go to the door. There is something there. Oh my God, it's the Weekly Zoo logo. We asked, oh my goodness, I mentioned you are such a creative nut job here. Oh my goodness, can we get a camera towards the edit bay? Switch the camera. And you might be able, Mike might be able to pick me up here. This is really cool. Yeah, this is cool. This is kind of like this. This is what logo was this from the late meetings? Late meetings. We just kind of. I mean, it's not exactly the Z100 logo, but wow, we did it this week. Nice. You mean we made it our own? I mean, it wasn't a complete rip-off. This must have taken how much? There is some like residue too, like you have to like you're gonna have to fix it up. Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, wow, you made this. Wow, it's cool. Awesome. The whole idea was it was supposed to be a side of like a TV screen. You could set it behind you or what if you wanted to make it look like if you wanted to have a tighter shot. I get that, yeah. So, you know, sometimes we're in our tech beat for other platforms, but oh wow, this is cool. Yeah, go back over here. Just cut that energy for a second. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, you know, in a lot of our, yeah, that canceled. It's got a very late 80s feel. I mean, you kind of, you know, how did you do this? Like, freehand? Yeah, freehand. And the tape was kind of what we used for, like, a stencil. I didn't have a, like, oh, I kind of like this, because the company wants us to have kind of like a uniform look. Although that's probably against Michael Scott Shannon's approach. Kind of go against the corporate. Yeah, I kind of like it though. Like, because they want us to have more of like a uniform. That's what yeah. Can we pull out? Or is that, no? Alright, that's just the highest we can go. Wow. Yeah, because it's also perfect because a lot of people are behind like 50-inch screens, so this is kind of a equivalent size or kind of quasi equivalent. Wow. We can move this when we need to. Yeah, but this is a. That's okay. We'll just. Um, yeah, this is nice. I think it's really a good backdrop for I mean, especially in one dimension. We haven't even tested this. I didn't even know we had this. I'm so surprised. Well, all right. Well, thank you, M&G. I appreciate that. And stuff. I know we've been kind of going with this for we've been in practice runs for months. We were trying to do a reboot of the zoo, and yeah, nice one, MNG. Okay, well that concludes the end of this edition of the Weekly Zoo. Again, just an FYI, we will be doing an episode of the Purple Pill at some point to be published early next week. The Weekly Zoo will be back on Thursday at 9 in the morning, 9 Eastern Time. We will be doing a bunch of hits from the various podcasters and stuff of that nature. So, with that being said, we've been under a lot of pressure last week, but I'm glad these things that are not made for comfort are no longer changed by the corporate daddies and mummies and corporate dominatrixes and shit like that. Alright, well, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna sign off. Have a great one. Have a great weekend. And hope we won't have to do a rain check episode anytime soon. Thank you for putting up with me. That is it. Have a great one. Good night.